Clara, a YouTuber. She's known for pushing body positivity and self-acceptance. Fans are now calling her out on her alleged hypocrisy.
I'm flat-chested, but you know what? I love it.
I love it.
Yes, I did have a boob job. So why did I do it?
The queen of positivity, Clara Dao was once the face of a generation of modern Asian women. Over 6 years, nearly 900 videos, and one unwavering message. Loving your natural body is loving your true self. From a skinny petite girl, relentlessly body-shamed, Clara rose to become an international internet phenomenon. In 2022, she was invited to speak at the BodCon, a global conference on body positivity, cementing her status as an icon for a generation of women who dared to confront insecurities and reject unrealistic beauty standards. But the light that social media ignited became the very flame that consumed her. From glory to chaos, Clara Dao's fall sparked a cascade of scandals too overwhelming to contain. A controversial breast augmentation that ignited debates, accusations of hypocrisy, betrayal, and exploiting her fans' insecurities for profit. Criticism for promoting the habit of only eating when truly hungry. Endorsing an undernourished lifestyle deemed especially harmful to young people, particularly girls. Then came her Patreon with provocative images, turning her promise of never doing OnlyFans into a blatant mockery. So what led a woman who once turned her flaws into a symbol of empowerment to single-handedly shatter the trust she had built? Today, we have plenty to discuss, so let's dive right in. Before the ideological U-turns and controversies erupted, Clara Dao was an emblem of pure confidence. A petite Vietnamese girl, an international student in Canada, she radiated a love for herself as vibrant as Hanoi's sunshine. Flat-chested yet always holding her head high, with a clear voice and a smile that could make all of YouTube pause to hear her share 4 ways to love yourself without needing snacks. Clara wasn't just an inspirer, she was inspiration itself, encapsulated in 3 minutes and a naturally lit thumbnail.
I believe that 2019 is the year that we just don't give a fuck about what other people think and just go for our dreams.
People didn't fall for Clara because of her content, but because of her vibe, that radiant, positive energy that guided millions of girls out of their insecurities. She turned self-help into a lifestyle into an aesthetic into a brand, and Clara arrived at just the right moment. In 2019, the small chest supremacy trend took off. Clara's video about her LCD TV flat chest exploded, racking up millions of views and earning her the title of Queen of Positivity. She flaunted what others hid, an unmodel-like body, a rounded belly after a meal, and made TikTok nod in approval, an icon in an era of filters and waist trainers, until everything worked. From someone who proclaimed you don't need to change anything, Clara began sharing her journey of changing everything. Her face transformed, her views shifted. The old radiance faded like a live stream lamp running out of battery. People were confused. Was Clara loving herself or dissecting herself to fit a new audience? And that's when the internet cried out in unison, "I'm so disappointed in you." That's when the video for the surprising habits that make me skinny came out, a shock that will never be forgotten.
The first habit is I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I only eat when I'm like really hungry. I often don't remember to eat unless I really feel it.
In her videos, Clara said she often forgot to eat, sometimes not realizing until 7 p.m. that she hadn't consumed a single calorie. To her, it was a cute, silly habit. But to the girls who'd struggled with weight and insecurities, that admission felt like a dangerous whisper. Is it okay to feel hungry? Skipping meals was framed as a weight management trick, as if it weren't a red flag, but a secret to success. The real fear lies not just with Clara, but with the thousands of young eyes watching her. Teenage girls not yet grasping the risks of starvation, easily swayed by gentle words under perfect lighting. A cute habit in adulthood could all too easily become a toxic obsession in adolescence.
Hundreds of thousands of years ago, we didn't have food lying around. We had to actually work really hard to find the food. And food is like someday you can eat, other days you can go 1 or 2 days or even longer without food.
Then she began to preach ancient humans fasted for 1 or 2 days and it was perfectly normal. Too bad our ancestors didn't make fitness vlogs or live long enough to face the fallout of YouTube advice. Clara once shared that she was the type who struggled to gain weight, deeply insecure about her skinny frame, a body she called an LCD TV in her early videos. Back then, she spoke of learning to love her less than curvy figure, and thousands of girls found solace in her words. But now she claims she doesn't feel hunger like normal people. When you look at an empty stomach and call it a healthy relationship with food, the definition of normal might need a rewrite. She proudly declared that if she overeats one day, she'll limit herself to 500 calories the next. For many trying to embrace self-love, this isn't inspiration, it's a pastel-wrapped guide to exhaustion. And when an icon says it in a soothing voice, who's clear-headed enough to question her? It seemed like that was the limit. But no, a few weeks later, she dropped a new video, this time bluntly sharing that she replaced breakfast with a self-mixed potion. "I don't eat based on emotions," she said, as if emotions were something to be erased from the recipe of life. An emotional meal is unhealthy, and so to save time or to avoid facing herself, she drank a potion instead of eating breakfast. At that moment, I wasn't angry, I was sad. Because this was the woman who once told me to love my body. The one who said bloating was beautiful, even endearing. Now what? Clara no longer found joy in eating heartily. In truly living, she only saw things to cut back on. And that's when I realized the love she once preached had been replaced by a quiet fear. Fear of fat, fear of bloating, fear of not being loved if her body wasn't as thin as others expected. Then, as if the damage wasn't enough, a casual comment landed like a heavy stone in people's hearts. She offhandedly advised a fan to lose weight to feel more confident. Maybe she didn't mean it. But for someone who once declared everybody is beautiful, it was a fatal misstep. She said,
I'm not advocating for starving yourself. Eliminate completely snacking in between meals.
The comment hit like, I don't support scamming, but here's a trick to beat the system. Fans began to see it. The woman who once championed love yourself was now living by the philosophy of fool your stomach until it shuts up from exhaustion. Comments flooded in like a tidal wave. I'm disappointed in you. You're spreading toxic ideas. We trusted you, Clara. In that moment, Clara went from a lighthouse of self-acceptance to someone holding a torch, burning down all the trust her fans had. This wasn't just about eating anymore, it was about a betrayal of faith. Clara once said self-love is a journey, but she seemed to forget that every word she spoke was a map guiding millions who followed. A seemingly harmless piece of advice coming from an icon could become a misguiding compass for an entire generation learning to embrace themselves. She once said, I don't want to change to please others. Now, others just want to turn away, because she's changed so much no one recognizes her anymore. So how do you rebuild an image after a public crisis of trust? For Clara Dao, it seems the answer was, show up with a new face, a brand new bust, and call it a self-love journey, all while the banner flat chests or pride still hangs at the top like a relic yet to be taken down.
They don't have to understand. Rub it in their face, put a rock on her hand.
For her fans, this twist felt like being doused with a bucket of ice water in the middle of a Canadian winter. Cold, harsh, and leaving a stinging ache in their trust. Especially since the protagonist was once the unofficial leader of the Flat Chest Army, a sanctuary where thousands of girls found freedom in not needing to stand out to be valued. Then on April Fool's Day, Clara posted a video flaunting her new bust in a cutout top. People thought she was joking. But no, she wasn't joking. And the silence that followed the shock was the loudest thing of all. Clara had once sworn off surgery, preaching that beauty lies in accepting yourself, even if that meant not fitting anyone's standards. She turned a flat chest into a brand, a mindset, a shelter for those who felt they were lacking something to take refuge under. So when Clara showed up with her upgraded version, many felt as if the dream they'd helped weave together was ripped apart. 6 years of trust, 6 years of standing by her now reduced to a tight top, a few slow-motion seconds, and a flimsy defense. I'm still me. The public blamed fame, the pressure of social media. But some fans noticed that since the arrival of her new boyfriend, the guy behind the camera, adjusting the lighting, tweaking filters, and occasionally liking her bolder photos, Clara spoke less about being enough and more about leveling up. One comment read, "You gave me confidence, and now you've taken it all back." In truth, this transformation didn't come out of nowhere. It was the culmination of a series of contradictions. Clara repeatedly contradicted herself as if playing a game of whoever remembers what I said yesterday loses. She once vowed never to share her love life online, only to parade her boyfriend on camera when views started to plummet. She claimed her body wouldn't define her, then posted a covering my body with my hair video, an image that easily evoked the hypersexualized trends sparking heated debates on social media. It didn't stop there. She once mocked domestic violence in a video, something that if done by a man would have seen him torched by social media overnight. But Clara, she wore the feminist crown, so it seemed everything was excused. All of this shook her foundation to its core. Fans began to wonder how many body positivity influencers were doing the same, preaching one thing, doing another, calling it empowerment while capitalizing on insecurities to build a brand and sell Patreon subscriptions with bikini photos as thin as the trust fans had in her I'll never do OnlyFans promise. A leaked video on Reddit revealed controversial private content allegedly posted on her Patreon, a slap in the face to those who believed Clara was different. And while Iranian women were cutting their hair in protest after Mahsa Amini's death, Clara trimmed her split ends and cried on camera as if she'd sacrificed a piece of her soul. Was it a gesture of solidarity with women, or just a shallow performance? And here's the saddest part, Clara didn't just inspire, she once believed wholeheartedly in her own message. Believed so deeply that she forgot self-love isn't an aesthetic you can package and sell on Patreon. She lost the boundary between truth and branding. Her TikTok now mixes whispers of "you are enough" with posed photos and claims of only eating when truly hungry, as if hunger itself could be paused like a video premiere. Her account with nearly 2 million followers didn't vanish because of scandals, it vanished because trust did. Instead of stepping back to reflect, Clara chose to hit back. Accused of using fan money for breast implants, she coolly replied, "It's my money," then posted a video flaunting an 11,000 Meller quadrat Hanoi villa, subtly signaling she was already rich. When rumors pinned her changes on her boyfriend, she said, "It's not about him," though everyone remembered him showing up at her peak and vanishing at her lowest. In their breakup video, he grinned like a man set free. Clara, meanwhile, kept explaining, but few still cared to listen. The once gentle Clara turned sharp-tongued and seemed to embrace it. Her 26-minute explanation video rambled about change, freedom, and eating, but offered no apology, no moment of accountability, as if the past 6 years were a social experiment and her audience was just an unpaid test group.
Yes, I did have a boob job. Let me tell you the real reason why I did it. And it comes down to one word: fun.
The issue is, if she was done, why not shut down the channel and start fresh? Instead, she chose to discard her old image but still milked its ashes for views. It's like burning down her old house, then selling $5 tours of the ruins. In the end, the most heartbreaking thing isn't that Clara changed, it's that she changed so much she no longer recognizes herself. And in this noisy online world, you can rebuild anything except trust. Clara Dao was once an icon of unapologetic confidence. Now that image is peeling under the harsh glare of social media. Her old videos linger, those radiant smiles, the flat chest pride slogans, the vibrant calls to self-love. But each time she appears now, people only see a faded version and a promise no longer kept. She still talks about self-love, still films aesthetic clips, still posts upbeat captions, but it all feels like a play with no audience left. Gone are the heartfelt comments, gone are the viral shares. All that remains is her and the ruins of a time when she was trusted absolutely. Clara didn't collapse in a loud scandal. She faded like a diet smoothie evaporating in the summer heat, quietly, bit by bit. No one pinpointed the exact moment trust shattered. They just started asking, is Clara still Clara? She could have been a lasting voice in the fight against body stereotypes, but instead of choosing dialogue, she chose clapbacks. Instead of sincerity, she chased virality. This isn't just Clara Dao's story, it's a reminder for us all. Icons aren't immortal. Public trust isn't a passive asset, and social media can lift you up like a god, then drop you like a glitched filter. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this story thought-provoking. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.